Ideal's electronic power guzzlers from the early 80s. Pretty neat little device here. It actually runs on water. It uses water as fuel. Basically what it do is you put water in the reservoir and it would soak this little felt disc in the very bottom, and as long as that felt was wet, the car motor would run. It runs on a 9-volt battery. When the water evaporates, the car would stop. Pretty cool. It had no real steering on it. It just shot in a straight line like an SSP racer, which that's what these were. That's what this was competing with. That's why Ideal came out with this thing. But it's actually a pretty cool little toy. This is the Wheelie rail. It's a dragster. I've always liked the looks of this. I was pretty stoked when I found this complete in a box at a toy store in Indianapolis. I think it was Dee's Toy Store. I can't remember where I actually picked it up at. But I love the artwork on this box. Ideal did some really great artwork on their toy boxes. Kind of draws your eye to it. Really nice. Of course, on the side we have the instructions. So there's no instruction manual in here. The instruction manual is the box. Pretty cool. Shows how to put it together, how the battery goes in, what to do with the little hub back here in the back to give it wheelie action or spin out action. Pretty awesome. So let's open the box up here. And we will take the little wheelie rail out of here. Whoops. This thing's fall all over the place. What's this? Oh, we got... If you have any problems with this product, please call one of the toll-free numbers. Oh, that's cool. It's a toll-free helpline. I like how they box everything up. So right here we have the rear spoiler that snaps on. Get out of the bag. So here's the rear spoiler that we're going to snap on. Here's our little, quote, fuel can. We put our water in. That's kind of cool. So let's undo the box here. So there's the wheelie rail. Real nice packaging for this. It's actually kind of cool. Okay, let's look at where the battery goes. We push in on this, open this up. 9-volt battery goes inside of there like so. Then we just push it back in. Locked in place. Put on our spoiler. So there's the spoiler installed. It's a cool looking toy. So right over here is the little hub that you would push in for, wheelies. You would pull it out to lock the shaft to do burnouts and stuff. It's pretty awesome. And what it did, here's the drive motor on this side. You see a little gear. So what we're doing, if we lock this hub in, it'll lock this wheel in with this wheel, and it causes it to do a wheelie. When we pull it out, like so, it loosens that wheel, so when it takes off with this one, it'll sit there and go wah and do a spin out, which is kind of cool. On the bottom, we have our wheelie adjustment. Got a little sliding bar right here. The farther we move this little counterweight back, the more of a wheelie it's going to do when it takes off. So if you want a little wheelie, you put over there. When you want a big wheelie, you put it back there. Now, I can see these things would be really fun to race. Just like I would do with the SSP cars if I had this back then. Really great looking decals. Really like the looks of this. So what you would do, after you put the 9-volt battery in, you put some water in your little fuel can, and you stick it in the fuel reservoir right here, and maybe just do a couple drops or so. Don't overfill it because it'll never shut off until it evaporates. Maybe put a dot or two just till the motor comes on. And once the motor comes on, you just drop it down, and off it goes. So let's give it a try. Okay, I've got the car setting on a spacer, so it'll take it off the side of the screen. So here's our fuel can. We got a little bit of fuel in there. You can see the water sloshing around. So we'll put in a little drop. Oh, oh. Holy cow! Oh, that's awesome! Now, how long is it going to run on that charge of water there? It's leaking out the bottom, which that's what you want it to do. That way it'll shut off once it goes so far. Well, by now the car is halfway down the block and the kid's chasing it. Oh my gosh, this is going to run forever. dump the water out. There. Once the water's out of it, it shuts off again. Incredible. Okay, now we gotta set this down on the floor and see what it does. We'll put it in spin out mode and make it do like a whee, a spin out. And then we'll take it outside and we'll try the wheelie function out. Awesome. Now, wasn't that pretty cool? Unfortunately, this one, the locking hub, doesn't want to stay engaged. I can't get it to do a wheelie very well. It slips out for some reason. It does the spin, but it does the spin most excellent though. One thing to note about these, you want to make sure if you do collect them, that they have the little rubber tires on them. These come off really easy because they're meant to be replaced. As you can see, it slides right off. And they can get lost really easy. Once you have slick plastic on the ground, it doesn't really do much of anything, except just sit there and do a burnout. So if you want to just do burnouts, pull off the tires and it'll whee, do a burnout on the floor. Also, when you're done, make sure you pull out the little plug right here to get all the water drained outside. And you want to make sure you get it dried out before you put it away. What I usually do is I'll either blow through the hole right here or I'll just sit there and shake it, try to get all the water out of it. Just don't leave any water in it because it'll corrode the contacts over time and cause these not to work anymore. That's what happened to this. It had water left in it and it corroded the contacts a little bit, so I had to take it apart and clean them up and replace the little felt pad down there. And now it works perfectly fine again. So it was an easy restoration. So let's give some final thoughts on this little bad boy. Well, that's Ideal's Power Guzzlers, a really great toy from the early 80s. Did you have one of these growing up in the early 80s? Like I said, I did not, because these came out at a time that I was getting into my computer and real cars, so I missed out on this toy back then because I was too old for it. But if you had one as a kid, comment down below. Let me know what ones did you have and some of your experiences with the toy. As always, everyone, thanks for watching.
Oh boy! Yeah!
Hey, there's Hasbro! Hasbro makes toys! What's new, Hasbro?
Pretty sneaky, sis.
Remember, you can tell it's Mattel. It's
Okay, let them go. Some of the great SSP racers for 72. M-A-R-X spells Mark, world's largest toy maker.
Remember, every boy wants a Remco toy.